Well, welcome everybody. I want to thank all of you for being here today to celebrate the life of FrannyDJ Dean. I know the number of you that have taken the time to gather here today is a testament of that you're somebody who was moved, touched, inspired by Fran in some way. I'm one that is honored to have the opportunity to have known and admire and call her my best friend and partner. And I'm forever changed by that and her undying support. I first met Franny about 12 years ago when I first got into SL. And one day I found a women's club, and just as I was coming in, she was leaving off the dance floor after doing a set. Excuse me. And we just locked. Our virtual eyes met, and from that day we've always been together, and I can't even say in words how much that she's meant to me over the years. But on that day, we instantly locked each other's energy, and from that day on, we were rarely apart. Her infectious laugh could light up any room, and a heart full of compassion and joy that touched the lives of everyone she met. She lived on apologetically for who she was and what she believed in. Fran was born on October 24th, 1947 in Flushing, New York, and she transitioned this February 20th, and she was 76 years old. She was a very creative spirit and channeled that gift through many artistic talents. And I'm going to tell you some of them, share some with you. She was one of the first women DJs in real life, and played in some of the most popular clubs in New York. She was a drummer in a women's band. And I remember stories of banging pots and pans as a kid, as her mother let her have her way and let her grow into music. And her mother let her be who she was. And that's truly a gift, to have a parent that will let you grow in the way that you see fit. But after a while, she grew tired of the city life, and she moved to upstate New York. And she even created her own local town newspaper and did it all by herself, including printing it off, getting the printers, and delivering it herself. She even owned a moped store for a while. And she taught herself how to oil paint and got a lot of inspiration from the nature that surrounded her up in the Catskills. She wrote a book called Whispering Oaks. That was a love story about two women going on a camping vacation and discovering a haunted house, which, by the way, which got her into SL. She came here because she wanted to use the avatars as props in bringing her book to life, making that into a book, from a book into a film. And that never came to fruition, but while she was here, she learned that there was DJing here and became a DJ, owned many clubs. And Kendra is with us today, and she'll be playing later, and she's known Franny longer than I have. Excuse me. She learned to build, and that's where she got the idea for the parades. At one point, she was missing New York City, so she built New York City, and she said, "What's missing here?" "Oh, a parade, the Thanksgiving parade." So she did it. She made a parade, and that's how it all began. And the rest of you know what that was transpired in, and how much joy and happiness that she gave to everybody. I'm sorry. And we played a lot of jokes on each other. She was a very funny person, and I I remember many times she made the mistake of giving me her login information. I don't know many of you. You might know this, Kendra, but she had an alt named Scorpio Starsmith, and she used that alt to keep people away from her, because as a DJ she was getting hit on a lot and she didn't really want that. So she created this alt and told people that she was her partner, and so people would leave her alone. Well, that day I was going up and met her. I met her as Scorpio, not as Franny. And she kept that from me for quite a while we were dating and all that. And she sat me down and no, Kendra, that was her alt. And she sat me down one day and had something to tell me. I thought, oh no, here we go. And she said, I'm not who you think I am. I was like, oh great. You know, what are you, a man? Are you what are you? And she said, I'm not Scorpio, I'm Franny. And I was new to SL and I didn't really get the alt thing quite yet. And I was quite, what? An alt? But yeah, she confessed and told me why she did it, and I didn't care. You know, I thought it was pretty funny. But later on, when she had shared her login account with me, I got into her alt, got into Scorpio. I got all of her, wrote down everything that she wore, copied her numbers, went out and bought everything, put it on, and had her come over, unsuspecting that I was dressed as Scorpio. And she was just shocked. How did you do that? And there was many more pranks that we played on each other, and some that may be a little too risque to share here, but they were insanely funny. One time I can say that I did something really bad to her, and took all of her clothes off and dumped her in a sex club. So when she logged in, she was naked and around a bunch of naked people. Yeah, she appreciated that, all right. She never let me forget that, and she tried fervently to try to get me back, and that's something I could never top. So we shared a lot of laughs together and lots of joy, and I'm just so grateful that she is somebody that came to be somebody that I grew to know and love and respect, and I'm very honored to have her in my life. And I say that now because she is here now. I don't believe in death physically. We do pass on, and I know she's here. And she really wanted to have, she didn't want a funeral. She doesn't want anybody crying over. Well, I failed in that, but she wanted people to have fun and have a party and remember her that way. And I really don't have the words to articulate what Fran really meant to me. but her legacy of love and kindness and compassion will continue to inspire me and all that who knew her. Fran didn't just love just me, but she loved all you too. And making you smile was her way of showing that. So here's to a life spent bringing joy and laughter to others. Your laugh, Franny, is our blessing, and you shall never be forgotten. And what you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone, but what is woven into the lives of others. Thank you, Franny, for being the person you were, person you still are, and I will always love you. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Bella, in case you haven't met me. I'm one of Franny's friends. Here, I'm gonna make this a little bit easier. I said I wasn't gonna cry, but you made me cry, Cyber. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh gosh. I was gonna tell this story about how you did that with Franny.
Oh.
That was one of the funniest things she ever told me. Anyway, the way I met Franny, I didn't know Franny as well as Cyber did, of course. I didn't know all these wonderful things that she did in her real life. I did know through Cyber, after Franny passed away, how she was a DJ in New York and how she got to be really big. And there's a video that we really wanted to have on a TV here for you guys to watch of her in real life and to see, you know, what she did and just see her, you know, in real life. You know, it was a real life thing, and it was really cool. And it makes me realize, I mean, she became really big in New York. You guys don't even know how big she became. So she was well known in real life as well. Franny was everything that Cyber said she was. She was a friend, and she was funny, and she wanted everybody to have a good time. That's all she cared about, was she wanted people happy. And the reason why she told me she started doing those parades was because she just wanted to make people happy, you know. And I think that's a really good thing, because in Second Life sometimes it's all full of drama and everything, and we forget to be kind to each other. And sometimes I'm a little mean to Rusty up there on the front row. Sorry about that, Rusty. But he IMs me a lot. That's my excuse. But the first time I met Franny, I don't know how. Excuse me about my voice, you guys. I'm kind of losing my voice right now. But Franny, I somehow got a message from somebody saying you have to go see this parade. And I was like thinking, a parade in Second Life? I didn't think they existed. And they're like, it's really, really, really good. And I was like, no, it can't be that good, you know? And they're like, no, you don't understand. And you really don't understand until you see one of Franny's parades. They are truly amazing. But anyway, I teleported over to whatever sim it was at. I think it was her sim. And I think the first parade I saw, it was either the Mardi Gras one or the Christmas one. I can't remember. But I remember I saw that, and there was one other person there with me. It wasn't during an event or anything. It was kind of during the off time. And this other person told me, he said, yeah, you can ride the parade, the floats. And I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, just click on it and sit. And so I did that, and I swear to God, I rode every single float by myself. I took, I don't know how many pictures of me all by myself on these floats. And I had so much fun taking these pictures and everything. I thought, I've got to bring my friends back here to see this because it's amazing. Each float has its own music, and it's powered by a motor system that pulls everything along like a train. And I mean, it's quite complicated. It's very complicated. I many times asked Franny if she would sell her parades to me because I one time I offered her $1 million, not Lyndon's, $1 million for her parade. Of course, I don't have $1 million, but I was like desperate to get her parade. And I said, I'll pay you anything you want. And she said, it's not. She said, it's not because I don't want to sell it. It's because I can't. Because she said, when I first started creating these parades, um, they're non-transferable. She said she was putting items on the floats that you couldn't transfer, and she didn't realize you had to have full permissions to sell something. So basically, Franny's parades are Franny's parades, and they don't exist anywhere else, and nobody really else has them. Thank God that we do have Franny though, and yes, I believe she's here with us, just like Cyber does. In fact, when Cyber and I were decorating this sim together, I think I had some of the most best times I've ever had decorating a sim for a person. And Cyber, I love you. I think you were sent to be my friend from Franny. And oh gosh, I said I wasn't gonna do this. 1 second. But Franny was just I'll get it under control here. I have a cat that wants to get up on my keyboard too, which is making it more difficult. But anyway, Franny, she was just a great person, and all she ever did was want to make people happy. She was so funny, you guys. She was always laughing. My best times with Franny were talking about funny times, and mostly talking about Cyber and the jokes she used to pull on Franny, because I told Franny that I was quite the dragon. I was, I'm not going to use the cat to blow my nose. But, what was I saying? Oh, dadgummit, did I forget? Anyway, she was telling me about all the funny times that her and Cyber had spent, and I had told her about some of the practical jokes I had played on people in Second Life, because I love doing that as well. I mean, that's what I do when I have time off work, is I go around and play jokes on people. Some people take it real well, and some people don't take it well at all. And for those that don't, I am truly sorry, but that sometimes that happens. But anyway, Franny's just a wonderful person. That's all I can say about Franny. And she was here. What I was saying a while ago was she was with Cyber and I when we were decorating the sim, because I don't know, I never had so much fun decorating a memorial as I did at that point in time. And it was Cyber and I were talking about Franny the whole time we decorated, and of course, I kept calling her Franny because I'm so used to being around Franny. So if you hear me say Franny, I'm probably talking to Cyber. But anyway, we had a good time, did we not, Cyber? Taking care of this for Franny. I hope she likes it, and we did our best for her. And I'm so glad you all came. I really am. Franny would have loved to be here right now. She'd probably be playing some sort of joke on us. And who knows, she might still yet have one to come that we don't know about. We'll see if the sim crashes or something. It'll be Franny. I was kind of worried about the lag, because I thought that this would be a little bit more people here, but I know that a lot of people still don't realize that she has passed on. So if you guys know of any of her friends that don't know, please let them know that she passed on, and so that they know, And did you, Evie? Good. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I think everybody's a little shy. So Cyber, it's you and me. But I guess we'll close. Let's see, she made the best Woodstock Sims. Yeah, she made some great Sims.
Yes.
I remember when she made the Macy's Day Parade.
Yes.
So at a royal wedding. That's
Well,
You know what? I saw that wedding video, Kendra. I saw that. And it was a great wedding video. I really enjoyed the vows that they took out because their vows were they were probably the longest vows I've ever read, but they were some of the best written vows I've ever seen written. And they were some of the most heartfelt. In fact, I thought, if I ever get married again, I'm going to steal a few lines. I don't know what they said to each other because sounded so good. I saw that. It was an old video, though. We'd have to get Jackson to do one now. Oh, you were in it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch it again and look for you. But yeah, the only people I knew when I was watching her wedding video, hers and Cyber's video, was Cyber and Franny. Those were the only two I knew in the video. Welcome, Perrin. For you guys that don't know, this is my dad, Perrin. He was a friend of Franny's too.
Hey, Perrin.
But yeah, Franny was a blast. I mean, she was just all I can say. She was a pure joy to be around. Every time I hung out with her, we had fun. We laughed and laughed and laughed. We told jokes, and we would conspire on doing things to other people. We would conspire on practical jokes we could play together, and we never got to play any of them. But we were working on it all the way up till the end. And both Cyber and I were talking to her on the phone when she was in the hospital at the end. And to be quite honest with you guys, I was kind of shocked because when I talked to Franny, it was the day before she passed away, and she sounded strong, and she sounded like she was gonna. Well, she actually sounded like she was gonna kick everybody's butt that worked in the hospital with her because she didn't like a one of them. But some of them were not. Well, she just doesn't like hospitals. I can tell you that. Freddie was not good at being in the hospital, probably. I don't know. Cyber knows more about that than I do. But she sounded really healthy, so it was a big shock to me when she passed away. But she ended up, and I'll go ahead and say this, Cyber, so that they kind of know exactly what happened. She ended up contracting COVID. And she had some other health issues, and that plus the COVID, I guess, just took her out, and it took her out really quick. So anyway, we will miss her, and I'm gonna think about her all the time. We still plan on putting her parades out for people, if anybody. I don't know. We haven't decided exactly. If we want to do, if we want to do, how we want to do it. But I got to talk with Cyber and see, what kind of time she has to do it and all that kind of stuff. But we'll probably have some sort of dedicated sim somewhere because I had some people in her group that contacted me that said they would love to host her parades on their land. I forgot to tell you that, Cyber. So anyway, we will continue that in her memory. But I guess I'm just gonna close by saying that we're all gonna miss her, and just think about, when you think about Franny, think about somebody that was laughing all the time and just trying to make everybody smile, because that's all she ever did, and just a wonderful person. I feel very lucky to have known her in real life, and I believe she's still out there too, and I hope to be able to see her in the afterlife. No. In fact, I think she's like, I was just saying this to Dragon and Cyber earlier, I think she's like one of these falling stars behind me. She comes into our life, she burns bright, she does something amazing, and then she goes on her way somewhere else and you don't see her again. But she's doing that somewhere else now. So anyway, Cyber, did you want to say anything else before anybody else want to say anything? One more time, just in case. Cyber, do you want to say anything else?
Well, just that, yes, we're definitely, since I can, keep her parades alive in SL. I really would love to do that. And
come up here.
Oh, okay.
Come up here and hold my hand.
Well, definitely, for sure, we're going to keep the parades going. And if anybody ever wants to have a parade at their sim, it will be shared at no cost. This isn't something that's going to be a money-making scheme. I just simply want it for people to enjoy and to have fun.